For more episodes of the Games4all podcast, check out our website, www.games4all.podcast.com.
You can also follow us at twitter.com/Games4all, or check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/Games4all podcast.
The Games4all podcast is brought to you in association with HostGator. For all your web host needs, check out hostgator.com. Hello and welcome to the Games4all podcast, episode 53. I'm your host Dan Young, and with me as always is my good friend
James Craigie.
And guess what? We're 1 year old.
Woo!
Yeah!
Hey!
Awesome. We've reached the 1 year mark, and we're still going strong. And we're really happy with how things are going. We've got a fantastic show lined up for you guys today, as it is our birthday, you know. We've got a really cool segment from us featuring two guests from the Underground Geek Network. We're going to be joined by Aaron and Van, and we're going to be talking about some E3 rumours, because obviously, you know, we're not just going to talk about ourselves, even though we will be doing that. You know, we want to put some kind of news and stuff in there. We'll be talking a little bit of news in a minute, but and in the last segment of the show, we're going to be joined by our awesome production assistant, Michelle Barry.
She is awesome. And
we're going to be kind of reminiscing over the last year and talking about our favourite moments and stuff. Some of the stuff you may know about and have seen and heard, and other parts you may not have. So, it's going to be a packed show. It's going to be pretty fucking epic.
And pretty long, so make sure you're comfortable.
That's kind of what I meant, but yeah. Okay, so join us for the next 5 days. No, just kidding. It's our birthday. We're a year old. I couldn't be happy about it.
I can't believe it myself.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I mean, we literally started off... To be honest, I mean, the podcast kind of is a little older than that, but we'll get to that later. But, you know, we have been doing this solidly for a year now, and it's... we've had the absolute blast, and obviously we'll be reminiscing about that later, but we are going to kind of do a little bit of news segment. We're not going to do what we've been playing stuff. But there are a few stories we want to kind of cover, because obviously we've got E3 rumours stuff coming up in the middle segment of the show. And then kind of next week, we're going to be real busy, because it is E3 next week.
Yeah.
And
it's pretty much going to be nothing but news.
Yeah, exactly. So we kind of want to discuss a few stories at the top of the show that aren't really E3 related, and just kind of get them out of the way so we don't have to kind of cover them later. So what have we got?
Well, biggest news this week, I think, is the fact that the PlayStation Store is now back up.
Awesome.
That's kind of it. This is the end of the whole PSN being down, everything. This is the nail in the coffin of that story.
That's great. That's good news.
Let's just pass it all out. It's all done. It's back up. Me as a PlayStation Plus subscriber, shitload of free stuff.
Plus.
Yeah.
So
shitload of free stuff.
Awesome.
I mean, the welcome up sort of package of like the free games we've been talking about, that's not up yet. They're still in the final stages of testing that.
Yeah.
Testing games that have already been out for a little while.
Well, who knows? Whatever.
What could
but,
be wrong with
free shit, I guess you can't complain. And, you know, you had, I think we spoke about it last week, was it? You got a choice of games and stuff. And
yeah.
Awesome. So
I've still got that free stuff as well.
Yeah,
but there's other free shit there.
I think they're just going to keep throwing free stuff at people until people kind of forget why they're giving this free shit away. But obviously, you know, be interesting to see what happens next week, you know, with Sony and that. But I'm just saying. So that's good. Things are looking up as far as PlayStation goes. Yep.
Another cool thing I thought I'd bring to everybody's attention is obviously LA Noire has been out for a week now.
A week, 2 weeks, maybe. I don't know. I've lost track. It's been out over 2 weeks now. Yeah.
Well, there's already like a slew of DLC for it. You know, like extra cases and outfits and everything.
To be honest, I've not even delved much further into it since we last spoke about it. But I do intend to complete this, and you know, we're going to be busy with, like I said, E3 and things like that. But I'm kind of hoping to complete it after we've done that and talk a bit more about it.
But there's a lot of DLC coming out for it,
awesome.
Especially like there was some last month, there's some this month and next month. So it's like 3 months worth of stuff, and you know, and altogether I think it comes up to about. They sort of gave the prices of everything. It comes out to about 1,600 points worth of DLC, which is a lot. What they also unveiled was the Rockstar Pass.
Yeah.
Now, 800 points gets you all the DLC for free, and as soon as the new DLC in the next following weeks is out, you can download that for free as well.
That's awesome.
So that's pretty much half price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. That's pretty cool.
And I think that's kind of a clever thing to do, because not everybody buys every bit of DLC.
Yeah.
So they know, even though it's totally.
It's basically
like
paying
points.
for it up front and getting
Yeah.
a hefty discount. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
and
That's
they
great.
get a big cut right there.
Is there like a time limit on this though? Because
There is. It is
yeah.
limited time. I don't know when it finishes, but grab it while it's hot.
Yeah, definitely. No, that's awesome. I mean, I'm surprised like more companies aren't trying. I mean, presumably this is something Rockstar are testing out, and
Yeah.
we'll probably see other companies doing this. But yeah, no,
But
awesome.
yeah, it's the sort of thing I can imagine other people adopting and doing all that and copying.
Yeah,
Talking of copying, Call of Duty Elite.
yeah, the big news ish, if you want to really call it that. Mhm.
Yeah. It's sort of an online social thing.
Yeah,
It's trying to make the competitive nature of it, like the multiplayer and everything, more in line with kind of like mainstream sports and stuff.
yes.
So there's a lot of stat tracking, there's a lot of recording stuff and getting in teams.
Showing it off on Facebook and things like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. I kind of like it. I mean, the Call of Duty Elite brand has been kind of about for a while. It's not really been unveiled as to what it was. A lot of people were speculating it was going to be a specifically, a multiplayer experience that's, very separate from everything else. We've now learned that it's something that's going to ship November 8th with Modern Warfare 3, but also be compatible with Black Ops.
Yep.
There's actually a beta for it, which is obviously, you play via Black Ops, but it's kind of cool. I mean, it is.
I think it'll be there.
It's free to everybody, but there is a subscription side to it, which you get extra features and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. You can pay for it if you want, and you also get. I think you get. No, I don't know.
Yeah. But you can make movies and stuff with it as
yeah.
well, and videos, and post them online and get other people to see them. Like I said, you can organise teams and
it's easier for clans to get together,
clans
etc.
and everything. Yeah,
you can join groups. It is a very social. Kind of almost social networking side.
And I think it's going to be compatible with all the multiplayer sides of every Call of Duty to come out over the next few years, whatever.
That's the plan, yeah.
So it's pretty cool. But it's the sort of thing, haven't they done that with Halo for free for ages?
Yeah, pretty much. It isn't groundbreaking stuff, is it? Let's be honest. But I think it's kind of cool they're doing it. I mean, Call of Duty is probably regarded by a lot of people as one of the most played online shooter. Why not add those aspects? I mean, Halo is very popular, but obviously Call of Duty branches from the PC to the it's on various consoles and stuff, so it connects everybody.
I think we spoke about. I think there was a story sometime over the last year about Virgin launching their gambling service and how it could turn games into mainstream sports and stuff. And this is a step in that. So in that respect, I kind of like it.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I don't think it's going to hurt the franchise one bit. I think it probably will help, and after a while, I don't think people will care too much.
No,
they'll be like, "Oh, this is kind of cool."
But the same thing, depending how the technology and everything progresses and how sort of all integrated it all becomes, this could be the start of a trend that happens with lots of game series and
I'm pretty sure it will be. Well, we'll see. I mean, there's beta testing going on. I don't know when that starts. I don't know if that's now or what, but we'll see how that goes. I mean, we'll see how it pans out. And November 8th, when Modern Warfare 3 launches, that's when everything kind of goes live for everybody. So who knows? Not gonna, I'm sure we may talk about this again between now and then, but it's kind of all the details have been published, so I don't think there's much need to.
And there's a really sort of groovy video that some guys made that's up on. If you go searching for it, it's kind of like a guide and showing you what it can do, and it's really well put together and quite funny. So
awesome. All right. Well, that's pretty much the news for this week.
Yeah, everything else, literally all the other news is E3 related, and we're going to kind of leave that for later on and next week and everything. So
yeah, definitely.
It's kind of all wrapped up.
I'm gonna kind of quickly mention that obviously E3's next week. It kind of sort of starts on the Monday, but not really. I mean, there's some conferences on the Monday, but technically it starts on the Tuesday and through to the Thursday, which is when we're going to be doing episodes. We're going to have an episode Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday of next week. So we're going to be very, very busy. Details of this are on our website, www.games4all.podcast.com. We can't say as to what time of day that the episodes will go up.
As soon as they're done.
As soon as they're done. But I maybe expect it.
Sorry about that.
That's right. Maybe expect 3 hour-long shows. Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna But, there's going to be plenty to talk about, and we're going to cover as much E3 stuff as possible as and when it's happening. So some of the details may be a day late, but some of them will be like bang up to date. So, we figured we'd do that.
We are basically going to spend those days sat in front of the computer with a notepad or whatever. And
we're going to be
jotting everything.
We'll be watching the conferences. We'll be taking notes. We're going to be, planning on things to discuss, and you'll be covered. I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of people are doing coverage, but we're going to be, hitting it hardcore. So it's good.
British styley.
Maybe not, but anyway. Right, so we're pretty much done.
I think that's all the work done. So let's party.
Yeah, no, let's take a quick break, and then
we'll start partying
and eat some cake, and then when we come back, you'll be able to hear the segment we recorded a few days ago with our good friends from the Underground Geek Network, Aaron and Van. They joined us for a bit of a discussion about E3.
A chinwag.
And some of the rumours, speculations, and we just talked generally about the games and stuff that we are excited about. So look forward to that after this break. Hello and welcome back to the Games4all podcast. Now, in this segment of the show, we're going to be talking about some of the E3 rumours and speculating a little bit. But we've got a few guests with us.
Indeed, we do.
Who are good friends of the show. We have Aaron and Van from the Underground Geek Network. Say hi, guys.
Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, good. Thanks for coming on the show. Really appreciate it.
I think we've mentioned you before.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Network.
So
it rings a bell.
Yeah, we mention you guys on a weekly basis and play you guys promo. But for anyone who hasn't checked out your show yet and maybe doesn't know what it's about, can you just kind of fill them in on that?
Yeah, sure. So, like you guys said, your listeners probably heard a tidbit from us a few times over the course of your awesome show. Pretty much what we do on our show is we talk about video games, comics, superheroes, anime, manga, just pretty much anything geeky, like the title says, Underground Geek Network. We talk about all kinds of geeky things. So sometimes we get off topic and just talk about random things. But we try to focus on the main key points of geekiness, which are anime, manga, video games, and superheroes comics. So that's pretty much what we do on our show. It's myself and Van, who just said hi there a second ago. We also have Josh, and we have Zom, and we occasionally have a few guests that come on and do things for us, too.
Awesome. Well, where can our listeners go to find your episodes?
Well, your listeners can actually catch us on the undergroundgeeknetwork.com, our website there, or they can find us on iTunes. We also have a Facebook. They can just search for Underground Geek Network in the top search bar on Facebook. And we also have Twitter as well, just UGeek Network. So those are pretty much all the places you could find us. But we're pretty much not here to talk about us. We're here for you guys because it's your 1 year anniversary. You guys turned 1.
Yeah,
so
crazy.
Happy birthday!
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much for that.
And I consider that a major success. That's probably I think that's the point where if you're a podcast, you turn 1. That's when you know you've made it. I think that because most podcasts don't make it to that year. So. Congratulations.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. We're really happy with that, and, here's to another fantastic year. We pretty much started off a year ago with a show like this, with like the E3 rumours kind of stuff, and we did a couple of very long shows talking about that kind of stuff, so...
I remember it well.
Yeah, so we're going to kind of kick off with that, but obviously you guys can weigh in and kind of give us your thoughts and talk about the things you're looking forward to, because E3 is a very, for anyone who doesn't know, it's a massive expo, and a lot of stuff is unveiled. There's a lot of rumours leading up to it. I mean, a lot of announcements, which we like on the show. We love those. We're going to start with, or try our best to start and stick to talking about Nintendo. The big news there really is is Project Cafe. The Wii 2 or whatever you want to call it. The next console from Nintendo, the HD goodness with the possible touch screen control, or we don't even know really.
From what we know, from what we've heard, obviously they're going to take the 1080p route. They're going to go high def with this new Wii 2 console, Project Cafe, and that's what I'm really hoping for. I really hope that those are true rumors. I really hope those are true announcements, because if they're anywhere below that, if they try to launch at, like I say, even 720, I mean, you have to step it up to 1080p, like in today's generation.
Yeah, agreed.
So I'm hoping at least that part holds true. I don't think the public is going to put up with another generation from Nintendo where their graphics just don't compete. Which, graphics aren't the most important thing, but
they help.
Today's day and age, why not? I mean, the technology's there, might as well do it.
Yeah, so, agreed. No,
you're not going to be happy unless you see Mario in HD.
It's true.
Other than the console itself, there's going to be a series of launch titles, and what are the bets Mario is going to be in there? I mean, he's got to be, really, when you think about it.
I think he's only missed the launch of like one console.
I mean, he missed the launch of 3DS?
3DS,
I think, yeah. So who knows? But I mean, I'm excited to see what they're going to pull out the bag, because the rumours very early on, which we mentioned on the show several weeks ago, with that, it's supposed to be more powerful than the 360 and the PS3. I mean, take that with a pinch of salt, obviously, but are we basically going to see Nintendo kind of? What I'm worried for is that they're going to bring out this console and it is going to be on par. It's going to be on par with the 360 and the PS3 as far as graphics capabilities and things like that, and they're just catching up.
Yeah.
More than anything, and where really what they have to do is just up the game altogether and kind of bring out something that's gonna, definitely gonna compete. The sort of thing where you see game footage of a certain game running on this, and you're gonna want to get that game for this console rather than buy it for the 360 or PS3, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm kind of hoping for their sake. But who knows? I mean,
well, Nintendo sort of have this habit of kind of skipping half a generation ahead, where they did it with the 64, where the other competitors, the PS1 and the Sega Saturn, they were like 32-bit. They said, "Oh, let's go." 64.
That's what I'm kind of hoping they were going to do.
Yeah,
who knows?
Yeah. So I reckon it's probably going to
have cartridges.
That would be interesting. No, I don't think it will. I think they're saying the rumours go that it's going to be more powerful. I have a feeling that, they could probably do that. They could probably make it look nicer and everything, but will it be as powerful as, say, the Xbox 720 or the PS4?
Yeah, well, that's the thing, isn't it? A lot of rumours. We wanted to stick with Nintendo here, but there are rumours of development and working on the new Xbox and the new the next PlayStation.
Yeah.
But we'll maybe talk a bit more about that later. But as far as that, I mean, obviously, the 3DS has come out. There's going to be a lot more titles for that. I mean, at the press conference, it is mainly going to be this new console, but they're going to focus, I imagine, heavily on 3DS too.
That's what I'm expecting.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, you're a 3DS owner, so, I mean, I think...
Yeah, so far there's pretty much been a drought and good 3DS titles. There's been a few and there's been a few questionable ones, but everybody's waiting for Zelda, Legend of Zelda. Everybody's waiting for, the next Star Fox game. They're waiting for the next Mario game, all on 3DS. I think that might even be like 50% of their shows, the 3DS games coming out, and basically going over the e-store that's opening up, and everything is going to be in there, and all the support for like 3D movies that they're going to be getting in the future. Maybe their partnerships with, with just companies and things that are going to bring them 3DS content. So, I mean, I think we're talking about like Netflix here, talking about maybe possibly, I'm hoping, maybe some Hulu. I'm not sure if you guys have that in the UK.
No, we don't get that, unfortunately. No.
So, yeah, I didn't think so, but that's a good place to catch TV shows. So, yeah, I'm hoping for just a lot of support for the 3DS and a lot of companies signing on board and bringing us a lot of different content.
Yeah, well, fingers crossed there. I mean, that sums up pretty much my thoughts on what Nintendo have got to show at E3 this year. Like I say, their major announcement is going to be this new console, the launch titles, and then they're going to focus a bit more on like the 3DS and kind of say, hey, here's the games that you're really looking forward to. Here's some footage. They're coming out on these dates, etc., that kind of stuff. So I think it'll probably be more interesting than last year's conference from them, because, let's face it, it was pretty much, here's the 3DS, how it's cool.
Mind you,
glasses.
I
Here's some women.
Yeah,
Here's some women that are attached to it.
Yeah, exactly. And and a bunch of Wii titles that were kind of cool, but that was pretty much it. That's all I had, really.
But I still think that they won E3 last year.
Really?
Yeah, because they had the whole retro thing.
Oh yeah, definitely. No, they did have that.
Everything.
That was definitely something that was working for them, and I guess those games that they unveiled have gone to sell a lot of copies, but.
But in all honesty, it wasn't hard to win E3 last year. There wasn't
true.
really a lot,
Yeah, true.
a lot of competition there. So.
Indeed, yeah. I mean, you mentioned about Zelda for the Wii.
Obviously, if they're working on the Wii 2 or Project Cafe or whatever it's going to be called.
It won't be either of those, but
no.
yeah.
But they did it because it happened with the last Zelda title, Twilight Princess. They did it. It was originally a GameCube game, and then they moved it over to the Wii as well. Is that going to happen?
I think that's a possibility, but I'm not sure if the Wii 2 is going to be launched close enough to the release of Skyward Sword, the Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, that
true.
I don't think they'll port it if it's too far apart. I think they just might start working on a new Zelda game for the Wii 2 after that.
Well, that's definitely that's more likely.
I would like to see from the Wii 2 is because there's a lot of emulators now, like I think it's Dolphin, whatever, which actually boost the Wii games up to like HD and all that. Whether that has sort of like backwards compatibility that can do that itself.
That would be
that's
interesting.
not outside the realms of possibility.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
If anybody can do it, I'm sure that they can do it.
Well, that's something that does suck about a new console coming out is especially this generation that we're in at the moment. I mean, backwards compatibility has been a pain in the arse. And,
and with the recession and everything, people aren't going to be spending money on consoles. But if you get a console where they can still play all their old games,
yeah, definitely.
I mean, that's just my idea.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
If it happens, I'm totally calling that, and I'll be boasting about it forever.
Yeah, I know you will. Okay. Awesome. Well, are Wii owners going to feel disappointed that there's a new console coming out, or?
I think as long as it's the release date is placed far enough into the future, say maybe like after this holiday season, maybe in the middle of next year, I think everybody will be comfortable with it. I think at this point, as long as they even just match what's out there currently as far as the 360 and the PlayStation 3, and they bring all of their exclusives, all their Marios, Donkey Kongs, everything. If they bring those to current, I think they might even just set themselves in a nice, comfortable place for a few years down the road, because Nintendo's never really been about the graphics. They've always been about being innovative, and I think as long as they bring that with them and they bring it to what's current, it'll hold them over for the next 3 or 4 years, as long as they have something that's HD capable.
Yeah, I agree there, definitely. Okay, so before we leave the whole Nintendo side of things for a minute, thoughts on the controller? Like the whole idea of it being a kind of touchscreen?
Seems kind of like another gimmick to me, to be honest.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So
we'll see.
When I'm playing a game, I don't want to really have to worry about looking down and doing something that's not looking at the screen of the game that I'm playing. I'm not sure how this is going to be integrated into the video games.
James mentioned I don't know whether it was on the show a few weeks ago, but you mentioned to me, that the possibility of having, like, instead of having your heads-up display on screen, you could
have it on the controller, sort of access all like menus and stuff.
Yeah,
and
sort of almost kind of not quite Dreamcast style-y,
would
but
be nice. Just as long as it doesn't take you out of the game, I think it'll work. But if it's too if it just keeps bringing you out and you have to keep turning your head and messing with something that's not the game, then I think it's just going to end up being another gimmick, and it's probably going to fail.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, I mean, as far as I can tell, I mean, who knows? Nintendo may have some other little tricks up their sleeves. Who knows? But I'm guessing that's pretty much what they've got on offer this year. So let's talk about Xbox. Let's talk about Microsoft and what they're going to be. The rumours around what they're going to be talking about and unveiling. Last year, it was pretty much
Kinect.
It was pretty much a load of games in Kinect, and very, very heavily Kinect focused. Now, I mean, obviously, it's a successful peripheral. It's sold however many million units. I own one. I'm pretty sure you guys probably own one as well.
I think, me, Dan, you
I
also
have one. Oh yeah, I've got one.
So I mean, they've got a user base now. They've got their product in a whole bunch of homes and stuff, and where they're going to go next. I mean, the main rumor that I've picked up on is that there's you know, there's the whole thing about the hardcore games are screaming out for something for Kinect. I mean, it's not to be fair. I mean, most of them I think were hating on it, but you know, the word on the street is that Microsoft are going to unveil a whole bunch of more kind of hardcore gamer style titles for Kinect. And I think this last week we just kind of, there was word that the new was it Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon,
yeah.
Future Soldier, whatever it's called, has Kinect support. You know, you can play it without, but it has the better with Kinect thing on the box.
We touched on it last week's show.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm expecting. As somebody who kind of fell into the whole Kinect trap last year, I mean, I consider myself a pretty hardcore gamer. And, you know, admittedly, the Kinect and all of most of the games that came out last year were kind of for the casual gamers. But, you know, I fell into it, and I picked it up. I was an early adopter. So, yeah, at this point, we're really, really expecting a wave 2 of some new lines of Kinect games. We're hoping for some hardcore ones. I saw that Hulk Hogan has a game coming out. I'm not sure how hardcore you want to call that, but apparently he has some kind of a showman game coming out.
I did actually read about that. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so it seems interesting. I'm just interested to see how that unfolds. But as far as their whole lineup, that's what I'm really interested in, because at this point they need to reassure everybody who kind of put their faith into them and, you know, picked up on this Kinect and were early adopters. They need to kind of bring their support back and let them know that it wasn't a failure, because right now a lot of people are probably regretting, you know, diving into this, and they need to bring back that support. And it's still a valid, and it's, you know, it's still you know, out there. Like, a lot of people are still buying the Kinect. A lot of people are still interested in it, but they need to take this time and, you know, launch it fully. Like, they need to just dive into it. So I'm thinking, you know, this might.
What kind of titles would you like to see on it?
I'm thinking more along the lines of, you know, it's really hard to take the technology and apply it to the types of games that I focus on playing, like RPGs and things like that. Mm-hmm. But I think if you take it in the right direction, if you take the Kinect and the technology there, and the motion, and if you put that and tie it in with, like, maybe say using a controller and using, like, gestures for certain things to kind of make it a little bit more interactive, like, the combination will probably make it beyond what it is currently.
Yeah, this is what we were thinking about, like, going on with Ghost Recon. Obviously, it's a game where your soldiers and it relies on, like, communication and team support. So obviously there's going to be use of the microphone there, but also hand gestures and stuff for, like, ordering your team about, as well as controlling yourself with the controller. That's the sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, otherwise you're kind of limiting. I mean, if you take away the Xbox controller, you are limiting yourself to a very on rails experience.
Yeah.
Which is kind of leads me to. I mean, obviously, for a long time now, we've been talking about that whole Gears of War Exile thing, which is the rumored Gears of War kind of spin-off game for Kinect, which
was supposed to make a show sort of like early on in the year, but they said, "Oh no, it's not ready yet." So
who knows? I mean, that may be something that's going to be unveiled. We don't know, but that's rumoured to be a very
can't get much more hardcore than Gears.
Well, you can.
Well, yeah, but
no, I mean, at the moment, that's kind of all we have as far as proof, maybe, that they're working on some more hardcore titles, other than like a few tweets here and there that, you know, certain Microsoft representatives have put out, and, you know, saying, oh, you know, the drought in the hardcore gaming stuff for Kinect, that's going to be, you know, that's going to end at E3 this year, you know, that kind of stuff. So, I mean, who's to say, you know, what's going to happen there? But, you know,
I think
I'm hoping for Milo and Kate. That's what I'm hoping for personally. They need to revive Milo and Kate, and I'll be happy.
But okay, so, well, for example, I mean, obviously a game that you're really looking forward to is Mass Effect 3. What if that had, say, for example, what if that had some kind of Kinect compatibility with that? I mean, because James doesn't own one, so what game would force you into, not so much force you, but you know, make you want to go out and buy Kinect?
If Mass Effect had it, I would have to. I would have to go out and get one. There'd be no question about it.
I think most core games like Mass Effect 3, when it comes to Kinect support, it would almost have to be kind of optional.
Yeah.
Because they're going to sell a lot less units if they force Kinect support, and I'm pretty sure they do not want to do that. So, But if it was an option and it was in there, a game that I would definitely have to run out and grab for Kinect support just to at least try it out would definitely be Mass Effect 3. I'm also looking for Skyrim, Elder Scrolls Skyrim.
Yeah,
if they had
yeah.
like maybe casting spells and some sort of gestures or something, it might make it a little bit more interactive and more fun. But I think
just see you just be in your living room, just raising your hand in the air, healing yourself all day, wouldn't you?
Pretty much. I'll have my robe on, and I'll have my scepter in one hand and my controller in the other.
I can see it now.
But
Well, the sad thing is, I've seen you do it before, and that's not even on the Kinect. You'll just be playing, and you'll raise your hand up and be like, I gotta heal myself.
Admittedly, I did make the healing gesture back when I used to play a lot of Oblivion, just in general public.
Yeah, especially when we'd be out somewhere.
I've done that, yeah.
Fall down off the stairs, stand up, and throw out the healing gesture. You're good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, like you're saying, I mean, it has to be an optional thing, and I think that the main thing was with this news about Ghost Recon, it was a better with Kinect kind of banner on top of on the artwork for the game, thus suggesting it is an optional thing, you know. So, I mean, I'm guessing that
I think we're probably going to see a lot of that. I think.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we know that Forza 4, is definitely going to have some Kinect stuff in there. They demoed that last year. I mean, that's going to make another appearance, I'm sure, this year's E3. But other than that, I mean, as far as Kinect goes, I mean, we're expecting the usual kind of stuff, sequels to a lot of games. I mean, there's the rumour of Kinect Sports 2.
Yeah.
And was it Dance Central? Yeah, Dance Central 2, things like that, you know. So who knows? I mean, I am intrigued into the hardcore stuff for Kinect. I'm really looking forward to that. A lot of stuff was announced last year at the Tokyo Game Show. A lot of, Japanese games being made for it and stuff.
Oh,
so
yeah,
that will be kind of cool if some of that comes back.
Project Draken.
Yeah.
As well, which looked very Panzer Dragoon to me.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of titles and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I'm hoping that they've not been shelved or cancelled or whatever, but, you know. So that'd be kind of cool to see some of those titles, because they look pretty interesting. So
yeah.
But who knows? As far as the 360 goes itself, I mean, we're going to have, you know, you can't really not talk about the kind of Skype deal that was.
Yeah.
You know,
I think I've talked about this with Aaron, sort of outside in the real world before.
Yeah, this is pretty much one of my biggest speculations. Is since Microsoft kind of made that purchase of Skype, I am almost expecting, almost 100% to see this in some form of an announcement, either at E3 or maybe a little bit down the road, but hopefully in E3, integrating Skype into their communication systems, like whether it be through Kinect or just chat or whatnot. I really think if they did not take advantage of Skype and integrating it into the 360, they would be missing out on a huge opportunity, and they have the capability to do it. So,
well, when they partnered with something like, was it 8 billion or something, just to I mean, that's a lot of money when you think about. I mean, originally it was Skype were bought by, I forget what other company back in the day for like 2 billion, and it's a big markup. So they really wanted it, you know. So.
Why go for it if you didn't have a plan for it?
Indeed. So I mean, yeah, I'm pretty much almost certain that they're going to announce some kind of Skype integration with the 360. The other kind of hardware style rumour for it though is also stereoscopic 3D support, which some games do have already, but they're kind of maybe making it a bit more of a I don't know,
sort of a general across the board.
Yeah, possibly.
Thing.
Who knows?
Yeah.
There's a lot of talk about that. A lot of people are saying they're going to bring out another version, another fucking SKU of the 360 that's going to be for free. I mean, I don't believe that for a second, but the possibility of enabling more games for 3D would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, sort of PlayStation, I think, has shown some success with it. Yeah, and it's there to do it, and it 3D technology is getting better. It's sort of become slightly more popular and more mainstream now than I think it did even sort of this time last year, when it was just kind of sort of emerging. I think now people are kind of accepting it more, and I think there will be more people adopting it. So obviously Microsoft are going to want to get in on that.
Yeah, well, yeah, agreed.
Yeah, especially all the early adopters of the 3D TVs and everything, and something like this will make me feel mean, having a PlayStation, not being able to use 3D because I don't have a 3D TV. If my Xbox can do it as well, I'm sort of thinking, well, I've got these two quite expensive bits of kit that can use this thing that I can't. So I might as well. I think my next TV is probably going to be a 3D one.
Yeah, sold. Okay, well,
I'm a mug, aren't I?
Yeah, I think you are. So, like,
How long before you get one, Aaron?
3D TV. I'm probably gonna wait another year or so.
Yeah, I mean, they're still kind of pricey at the moment, to be fair, for the technology. And, you know, there's the whole talk up of the screens that you don't need the glasses for and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, for me, that would be a no-brainer. Once they bring out a 3D TV, you don't need to wear a stupid-ass pair of glasses, then I'm there.
Well, you see, I wear a stupid-ass pair of glasses just to see normally.
There you go.
So having to put another pair on over the top of that kind of ruins it.
Yeah, I guess it does. Yeah, that's true.
Well, I'm thinking as far as the 3D goes, I think it's just like the Kinect. As long as it's optional, I think a lot of people will jump aboard. But I don't think there's enough of an install base right now with people with 3D TVs that they're going to make a large profit if they just start making it mandatory for 3D games. So as long as it's just an option, I think they're gonna receive a lot of praise from it. But I don't think they can force that at this point in time. Right now, I think maybe if they wait a year, they could probably start making it mandatory about then.
Yeah, true. Well, the only other stuff we've got really listed here for Microsoft's press conference, the possibility of the Halo Combat Evolved HD remake. That's a possible show there. Who knows?
You say possible, I say definite. I think it's definitely coming.
Well, yeah, that's good point. And, you know, there's also the rumours of the new Halo game, but, you know, I'm pretty sure the Combat Evolved HD remake is going to be a dead set there, to be honest. I mean,
yeah.
Other than that, like I said, Kinect Sports 2, Dance Central 2, and obviously being not just about the Xbox itself or Kinect or anything like that, you know, Microsoft's a big company, Windows 7 mobile phone games and stuff like that. I mean, maybe not so big as far as the actual conference goes, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be there's going to be a bit of a presence there at E3 itself, so who knows?
I think you're right on that. I think they'll slide that in a few times over the course of the presentation. That also available for...
Yeah, exactly, yeah, definitely.
I mean, here in the UK, we've been getting a lot of fairly big ad campaign for Windows phones, and like slipping the Xbox Live, the only phone that could give you Xbox Live and everything.
We've had quite a bit of states as well, yeah.
No, I mean, other than that, there's not much more, I think. I mean, you know, other than just generalisation of like a bunch of new IPs, I mean, that, you know, what else can you say, really? So,
that kind of goes for everybody.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, let's crack on with Sony then. So, what's the biggest thing we're expecting from Sony?
I can't wait to see more of Sorcery.
Oh, well, I was going to say an apology, but hey, you know, whatever.
Yeah, I want one of them as well.
That's what we're hoping for, maybe not what we'll see. But,
yeah, well, everyone can hope. It's nice to want things.
Definitely. I think myself and everybody here is interested in seeing how they're going to handle that whole situation. As far as
it's going to be interesting.
If they come out right with an apology, it better be a damn good one. If they don't, I think a lot of people are going to kind of come back from it and be like, Sony, you kind of let us down. I think a lot of people are expecting to see some sort of acknowledgement of it.
I bet be a musical number.
Yeah. Definitely, some fireworks, confetti, that kind of stuff. Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
definitely.
They're pretty much coming out under the gate already as it is. So if they're going to beat Microsoft, they're going to beat Nintendo. It's their year where they have to step it up. They can't show up and just say we're Sony. They need to do something special. So
yeah, agreed.
Especially last year's E3, they got a lot of stick anyway, just for not really.
His move, like how amazing it is. His Tiger Woods. A move. Here's a sorcery. How cool is that?
We've seen where that's gone, haven't we?
Yeah. Well, the biggest news there again is their handheld, the next generation portable, or whatever the hell that's going to be called.
It better not be called the next generation portable.
Yeah,
it'll be the PSP2.
Yeah, definitely. Well, whatever they're going to call it, I mean, it's pretty much, as far as I can guess, like, the main thing that they've got to show off, you know, I mean, as well as the launch titles for it. I mean, you know, Uncharted and all that kind of stuff. You know, I mean, other than like just games for the PlayStation 3, I don't think they've got any big announcements as far as the actual PlayStation 3 console goes. It's just a bunch of games, as far as I know. But the NGP, you know, are you even interested in this, you guys? I mean.
No.
So I'm interested in seeing the direction they're taking with it. I've heard a lot of rumors recently that they're looking at cutting the power in order to save on the final price for the end user.
Yeah.
Right,
I don't know if they're taking the right direction there, because most people that are going to dive into this NGP, these are people that have a pretty decent amount of money to throw out anyway.
They're basically the Sony graphics whores. Let's be honest.
Yeah, they're gonna want something powerful. They're gonna want something beefy. They're gonna stand in line a week before it comes out or whatever.
Yeah.
The people that are gonna buy this are gonna expect this powerful machine. They're gonna expect this craziness, and that's gonna be I think that's gonna be their selling point. If they're cutting their graphics, they're cutting their power down to a step above the 3DS, I don't think a lot of people are gonna care. I really think they'll see the price point and they'll appreciate it, but I think most people that are going for this, they might not jump on it. They'll be like, why don't I just play my PSP for a few more years and wait? Why don't I play my 3DS that I've already got or whatever? I think if they're going to jump into the gate and they're going to get some kind of attention, they need to take the handheld to the next level.
Agreed. Yeah, definitely. Though, well, like you say, it needs to be extremely powerful. It needs to be very impressive, very shiny, and have a really, really cool launch title lineup really for it. And we know about the chart.
Price.
Yeah. Well, the price point is kind of important, but if it's a really powerful handheld and the graphics are amazing from what we've seen of it, it looks great, but. People will pay the money, so that's something.
It will. I mean, just look at the iPad. If it's really nice and powerful and it's shiny and pretty, people are going to pay $600 for it. They don't care.
Exactly.
It's going to be popular.
Yeah,
people are going to.
But that's the sort of thing they've got to compete against, as well as the iPhone and the iPad, as well as Nintendo and their handheld. So
if I was Sony right now, I'd actually be shitting myself over that because let's be honest, the PSP was never very successful, and yet they felt the need to keep making different iterations of it because that's what Nintendo were doing with the DS and that kind of stuff. But Nintendo they knew what they were doing, and Sony kind of just seemed to be fumbling around. If they are going to cut things just to make it a little bit cheaper, then I don't think anyone's going to care too much. They'd probably rather go and buy 3DS when it's already out, and it's got 3D. I mean, that's fucking awesome, and they've got some pretty cool launch titles for it already, and a whole bunch more on the way. They're probably going to go with that over, the NGP. But if the NGP's a powerful motherfucker, then
especially if they announce that maybe it has some kind of integrated 3D support as well.
Yeah.
I mean, some people might feel that it's kind of ripping from Nintendo, but if they make their 3D in a different way, that it's more of a pop out effect, and if they just take it a notch further, then I think they might draw a lot of people away from the 3DS from that gimmick. So I don't think they're going to do that, but I'm thinking it's not a bad option for them.
Yeah,
they have the capability to do it. So
indeed. Well, yeah, obviously the NGP.
The other thing I think we could see from Sony, obviously mentioning ripping from Nintendo, is
more Move titles.
Yeah, but last year, Nintendo's big thing, we've already mentioned it, was the reboots and remakes and everything. And obviously, just recently we've heard about the PSP remasters.
Yeah.
Everything. I think we'll probably see more PSP games going in HD. They'll probably announce more of those, and more of the PS2 collections on the Blu-ray discs.
Yeah.
So they've released a fair few of those now.
Yeah, true.
So.
Those are probably the things I'm looking forward to the most. Is just the collections of remastered old games that I loved. Admittedly, a lot of people feel bad because they feel like they're being resold things, but you gotta take into account that they're sprucing them up. They're making them look nice on your big HD TVs, and it's kind of a different experience when you come down to it in the end.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. And I'm also looking forward to the PSP remakes, because sometimes you gotta admit there's probably been a few times where you're playing a PSP game and you felt, this would probably be a better experience on a TV with some pretty good graphics.
Yeah. Well, other than that, I mean, we're going to kind of talk a little bit about some of the rumoured exclusive games for the PS3 now. I mean, all we've really got down here is Starhawk, which, do you remember Warhawk from several years ago? It's it was a downloadable launch title,
it was the big multiplayer war.
Yeah, and apparently Starhawk is the sequel to said game. That's rumoured, and God of War 4.
We know there's going to be more God of War
Yeah,
games.
but I mean, I mean, it is a rumor, and I don't know. Maybe this year, but maybe next year. Who knows? I mean,
It'll happen.
Yeah, it will happen at some point. But that's just something that's kind of floating around there, you know, in the old internets, and you know, who knows?
Like a turd in the toilet bowl.
Anyways. But who knows really what Sony have got other than a few titles for this, a few titles for that, you know, more Move games, I imagine, because, you know, for what it is, Move's done okay. I think it's not done too bad. You know, I think
Heavy Rain was great.
Yeah, I mean, Heavy Rain, and obviously, like, you know, support built into like things like Killzone and stuff. You know, Resistance Free, that probably get a bit of a showing and things like that, and who knows.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's just the kind of same old kind of stuff from Sony, really. I mean, I don't mean to hate on them, but, you know, they don't seem to have... I mean, unless they completely blow us out of the water, come their press conference and they unveil something just absolutely amazing, you know, fair play. But I don't...
Yeah, they'll have to. They'll have to come out with something new, a new IP to like really draw our attention. Because right now... you know, we're kind of looking at like a generic reel, like a video reel of like what Twisted Metal, Ratchet and Clank, All for One, Infamous 2, Resistance 3, Uncharted 3. Like, you can pretty much take any one of those games and try to focus on it, maybe, but like you can probably just throw them all into a generic reel and be happy and call it a day.
I mean,
you know?
Yeah, I mean, they're all pretty much sequels or remakes or whatever. So
Yeah.
it's kind of just rehash stuff. But you know, that's people buy it, so you know. But fair play to Sony. You know, I mean, like I say, hopefully the NGP will be way more impressive than you know. My expectations are pretty low, but you know, I'm hoping that they do, for their own sake, pull it out of the bag and they can perhaps compete with, you know, Apple and Nintendo as far as that goes. But who knows? I mean, but next we're going to talk about, and we're going to kind of wrap it up in a bit, but like talk about some of the games that are rumored. And you know, I mean, we have mentioned a few already that we just mentioned, like God of War 4 and things like that. But we're going to talk about games that are rumoured and then games that are confirmed, and then talk about what stuff we're looking for. So we're going to focus more on the games this time. So I think the biggest rumour, the biggest, most anticipated yes or no kind of rumour out there for E3 is Grand Theft Auto 5. I mean, I'm kind of hoping that's a thing, you know? I'm kind of hoping... I mean, it has kind of leaked already that it's being made. But whether or not we'll see it, I'm sure it'll be just a teaser, knowing Rockstar. You know what I mean? I don't think there's going to be any kind of... They keep their cards pretty close to their chest, to be fair.
I think if it is made, it's for anybody to really care and be really thrown. I mean, I guess, let me take that back. A lot of people are going to care because it's Grand Theft Auto. But for anybody to really think it's any different and like really jump on board and be extremely excited, they're probably going to have to take the same facial animations and graphics from LA Noire.
Yeah.
And kind of throw them into Grand Theft Auto and
the same sort of graphical fidelity as Red Dead Redemption. I'm sorry, I have to throw that in there.
They could also, I mean, they really should like have some decent like fucking mocap for the rest of the body as well, because that just you know what I mean. Yeah. But no, I mean, Grand Theft Auto 5. I mean, that's obviously, if that does make any kind of appearance, it's going to be on 360 and PS3 for sure. Who knows? It could be on the Wii too. That could be a possibility. You know.
Well, they did say they want to go more for the hardcore.
And we do know, like since they've had a few, like the Grand Theft Auto China, and that Nintendo does have the ability, and they have had Grand Theft Auto licenses in the past. So
true. So you never know; it could happen. Obviously, the rumors of of Halo and things like that. You know, God of War 4 we mentioned already. Gears of War Exile. The rumors of a Legacy of Kain reboot. Do you want to talk about this, James?
Oh, I could talk about it for hours.
Okay, let's move on. But no, this would be kind of cool. I mean, I enjoyed Soul Reaver Legacy of Kain. It's pretty cool.
Legacy of Kain is just one of those gems that I can't believe it sort of stopped after Defiance, and they kind of left it on a cliffhanger.
And there was no reason for it. They could have taken that series and made so much more cash. That could have been their cash cow. Yeah, but they just left it hanging for whatever reason.
Yeah,
kind of left it too long, and but no, I'm hoping to see more of that.
Well, actually, something that, I mean, I agree there, but I mean, something that isn't on this list I've just noticed is Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Oh, yeah.
So that's another one we could possibly...
We've actually seen the trailers for that, but you know, because you remember back in the day, I think it was like maybe last E3, they actually had a trailer for Beyond Good and Evil 2.
They did,
I think they canceled it for a while, or they just stopped working. I don't know what happened to it. But yeah, we definitely need to see that come back.
I think what they said is they've got a very small team working on it constantly, but they want to make sure that it's right. and they're kind of...
It's a cult favourite, so they don't want to screw it up, do they?
No, they really are sort of taking their time with it.
That's good.
That's definitely a franchise they should focus more resources on right there.
Yeah, because that was... the fact that first time around it, the original Beyond Good and Evil never sold, it always baffled me after playing it. And now that they've just released it again in HD...
Kind of fell into the same cliff there as I call it a cliff, but Psychonauts and like all these really good games that nobody played. There's just some kind of like stigma there with these kind of off the wall interesting games that not a lot of people touch on, and it's kind of a shame. It's kind of a shame.
Well, who knows? I mean, fingers crossed for like let's say Legacy of Kain and Beyond Good and Evil 2, but E3's the time to kind of show them off, if any time. But there's also really random rumor, but like Carmageddon reboot.
Oh my god!
I would buy into that.
Yeah, a lot of people.
I mean, they have Twisted Metal coming out, which is kind of the same thing.
Yeah, true. But
there's room enough in the world for both, I guess.
I think the main rumor, the rumor came out, and then I think somebody said that it was going to be, it's more of an indie title. So whether or not we'll see a proper release or who knows, but that'd be kind of interesting. Obviously the more hardcore titles for Kinect, we've talked about that. A Tomb Raider reboot.
Yeah, we know the new Tomb Raider is coming out.
How many times has that rebooted by now?
I don't know. I've lost count.
Do we really care anymore for that?
I really don't.
Yeah. But so far we've only seen like screenshots and everything. This might be an opportunity to see something in action of it. But, there's like Uncharted now, so...
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'd probably rather play that, to be fair. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So we're now going to talk about stuff that's... these are things that are pretty much going to be there. Obviously, we've touched on the Kinect tiles. Avatar Connect, the thing that, where you can, chat with other people using your avatars and stuff,
Also called a waste of time?
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
That's going to be there. Mass Effect 3, you're expecting an on-stage demo for that.
Well, the fact that Casey Hudson's been tweeting that they've been sorting out the demo for it, it's kind of, yeah.
Okay, no surprise there. Like I said, these are stuff that's pretty much 100% certain. So, Assassin's Creed Revelations.
Yeah, we need to see more of that.
I mean, a trailer came out last week. Teaser for it, Obviously, we're going to have an E3 trailer for that. And
probably at the Ubisoft press conference.
Yeah, pretty much.
You guys happen to know, this is just a random question, if Jade's back on that project or not? Because if she is, that's kind of what made Assassin's Creed what it was. And I've been waiting for her to come back on it since... No,
she's sort of gone into big leagues. I think she's kind of overseeing everything now. She's a woman with power.
Yeah, but what was that game she was working on? I Am Alive or some shit? That I think that was cancelled. So who knows? She may be back on this.
Well, maybe.
That's what I'm hoping for. That because right now I feel like Assassin's Creed kind of needs like a fresh turn to keep things interesting. Because it's after Brotherhood, which is good. I love the multiplayer in Brotherhood, and I love the direction. I feel like their next game needs to take a turn to bring back some interest and just not be stale.
Plus, she was smoking, so...
Yeah, and she was smoking, so presenting-wise, you need somebody to draw some interest.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Well, they have said with this new one, it's probably it's the last of the Ezio trilogy. That is, so this one is kind of... Because Assassin's Creed is known for, ending on cliffhangers and leaving big questions unanswered. This is the one to answer all the questions before they go in and move to the next stage with Assassin's Creed 3. So I think we'll probably get more of that turn in a new direction next year than this year, quite personally. Possibly.
Well, fingers crossed there then, more games, obviously Modern Warfare 3, if there's anything that we don't know about it yet, that'll be there.
I think the whole entire story's been leaked online already, so I haven't read it personally.
Yeah. I've read stuff.
Spoilers,
I've read stuff and I kind of regretted doing it. So, but I don't think too much. I mean, yeah, quite a bit's been spoiled, but well, I'm intrigued to see it. Apparently, I mean, like we mentioned on last week's show, Activision had an event the other weeks showing the game off, a few levels of the game off, and generally people have been pretty impressed by it. I mean, it's not graphically, it's exactly the same game. They're pretty much saying, but it has that high octane action that we expect from Call of Duty. So people buy it, people play it. I will be one of those people, and I'll probably enjoy it. You know, because that's just who I am. But it won't look as good as Battlefield 3, which is also going to be making an appearance. So
both games I will be borrowing from you.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, Battlefield 3 looks pretty nice. So, you know, but who knows how it's going to play, whether it's going to be, you know...
It's sort of a rematch of the Medal of Honor Black Ops we had last year.
Yeah, we all know who won that.
Yeah,
so
but this time I think...
Yeah, well, yeah.
I wouldn't want to call it.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, what are your thoughts on that, guys? If you're even bothered.
As far as you know, basically their Call of Duty is pretty much their Madden. It's become like their cash cow. So of course, a lot of people can buy it. They're gonna make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Battlefield, I personally believe it's pretty much neck and neck at this point. Battlefield's pretty much become EA's cash cow.
Yeah.
So I mean that they're running neck and neck. So it just really comes down to preference. I don't think either.
I'm a
game
Call
is
of
better.
Duty fanboy.
Yeah, same here. But I will. Play
I've never played Battlefield though.
I've played some, but yeah, I'm looking forward to this because at the end of the day, I want something to kind of take a bit of the glory away from Call of Duty. You know, a bit of competition is always great. I mean, and it is a better looking game from what we can tell. You know, so that doesn't mean anything, obviously, but that will definitely please the graphics whores out there.
I think there's room for both because even though they're both kind of in the same genre, they're still people compare them a lot. They're still different. They're different enough that there's room for both because Battlefield is just a kind of a different experience. I don't know if because my history of Battlefield is back in 1942. Battlefield 1942. I started. That's where I started. That's where it started.
I thought you were like back in 1942.
There was actual wars going on then and stuff, Yeah.
We had to take time from bombings to try to fit our video games in.
When you still rationing stuff then? How could you afford this expensive hobby?
Where all of our resources went. But I think they're just different experiences. I enjoy them both, and I think as much as people love to pit them against each other and have them compete, there's room for them both. There's a split, and fans can interchange or they can hate one or the other, but they're still making a lot of money and they're still really good games. So
yeah, well, yeah, no, I agree perfectly with that. So who knows? I mean, I'm excited for both, and like I say, I kind of do want something to take a little bit of the glory away from Call of Duty, just to kind of stir things up a little bit. But
we both know you're going to get both of them,
and probably love both. But yeah. As long as neither of them are like home front, I'll be happy with that.
Yeah, we saw what happens when a third party tries to step in and interfere with that battle, didn't we?
Yep.
So what I've seen of Modern Warfare 3, it kind of seems to be going along similar grounds as Homefront, but maybe doing it a bit better. So
yeah, well, I'm all for that.
Yeah.
I mean, no concept. Well, I'm not to get into it, but yeah, conceptually, Homefront was a kind of a cool little idea, but
it's a great concept.
Yeah, executed very, very poorly. And if Modern Warfare 3 is just going to be like, what, fuck it, we're going to do that, and we're going to do it like a billion times better, then I'm there.
Oddly enough, what's funny is Homefront's concept was actually done better by a game called Freedom Fighters on the GameCube. If you guys remember.
Yeah, no, I heard about this. I'm not actually aware of this game, but I think you guys mentioned it. In an episode.
Pretty much the same game, but I think I enjoyed that one a lot better, which is it kind of says a lot there.
Yeah, I probably would enjoy that more too. Actually, I think a lot of people would. But Dead Island's another game that I've played a lot of Left 4 Dead and stuff, and it is a very similar type of game, but we saw some game footage of this.
You have a passion for zombies.
Yeah, throw some Kinect support in there,
One thing I want to say about Dead Island is my only hope for that, because I'm a huge fan of zombie games, love Dead Rising, love Left 4 Dead, but I think if Dead Island's going to come into the scene and make any kind of splash, they're going to have to keep the same emotional effect as they do in their trailers in the game.
Yeah.
I think they need to come from a new angle that's going to get people's interest and be different from what else is out there.
Yeah, and from the gameplay we've seen, it doesn't look like that's the case, but it still looks kind of fun. I mean, it
looks sort of open world, more sort of Fallout.
Yeah, a little bit, but
Left 4 Dead. I mean, it's less sort of linear and more sort of open. It has more of that sort of battling to survive type feel to it.
Elder Scrolls 5, isn't it? Skyrim.
Yep.
Yeah. You're very much looking forward to this, obviously, and
just a bit.
Yeah.
That's my vacation right there. Got week off of work when that game comes out. So.
I've been playing Elder Scrolls since Daggerfall, I think. As soon as it was announced, I was like, yeah, I'm all over that shit.
Awesome. Well, we've never released date for that, isn't it? It's like 11th of November or something.
Yeah.
The only reason I have not pre-ordered yet is because I'm waiting for the special edition.
Same here. Exactly the same here.
Sounds like you.
Yeah.
Deus Ex, another game that you're looking forward to, probably more than me, but I will probably, steal your copy and play a bit and see if I like it. And
yeah.
I'm sure I probably will. I mean, from what I've seen, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, that's pretty close to release now. It's only a few months away, so...
That's like August?
Yeah, so I imagine we won't see anything new with it, but probably just more gameplay and stuff of it. But...
Batman, Arkham City.
Oh, yes.
I can't
Jump
wait
on that
for
one,
that.
Yeah.
Finally, something I can talk about. All right.
Yeah, sorry, man.
Cannot wait for it. Love the first one.
Oh, totally. It was so surprising because I've been burnt by Batman games in the past really badly, and I really wanted this to be good. And then when I got it home, played it, I was like, oh my fucking god, yes, this is everything I wanted it to be.
When the first one came out, I didn't plan on it, but it just happened to be during my vacation, and I popped in first day of vacation. Next thing I knew, I was beating it, and I had to go back to work the next day. Just blew through it my entire vacation, didn't even realize it.
Nice.
Yeah, it had that effect on me as well. Except I think I actually missed work for it. There's a couple of... I'm not feeling very well with it.
So, Uncharted 3, we've spoke a little bit about. I mean, if you're a PS3 owner, I mean, you own I played the first Uncharted, it was great. I sold my PlayStation 3 by the time the second one came out, but you own it. Have you played through it yet?
No.
Okay, are you going to pick up Uncharted 3?
Yes.
Are you going to play through that?
When I finish playing through the second one.
Okay, so are you picking up Infamous 2?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know when you're going to find the time to play all this shit, but hey, good luck with that. So yeah,
I'm working on ways of making time.
Okay, well, Uncharted 3, I mean, what can you say?
Set in the desert.
Yeah. Okay. Twisted Metal, obviously a classic from the PS1 days being remade. A lot of people really like it. A lot of people will buy this.
Scary Clowns. I didn't like it.
Yeah, first one kind of creeped me the hell out. So, Twisted Metal Black. Twisted Metal Black creeped me the hell out.
Yeah.
There was a lot of FMV sequences that I don't think little kids should have seen.
No.
But yeah, I'm sure this is going to do really well.
Sorry.
Yeah. Obviously it's been sort of revealed already. Hitman Absolution, which is Hitman 5, I do believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. I'm looking forward to that. That'd be pretty cool. I like the Hitman game, so.
I hope it looks good.
Yeah,
I know graphics aren't important, and
I'm sure it will.
I'm sure it will. Was it Blood Money?
Yeah, that's a good game. I like it. It's fun.
It's a great game, but it didn't look that much. So sort of like a proper this generation style one.
Hey, that's another game you could throw in some Connect support, and you I don't know, like strangle
some wires, strangle people.
Yeah,
there.
Exactly. Yeah. I'd be all over. That'd be awesome. Max
a great thing to be doing when the girlfriend walks in the room.
Yeah, absolutely.
What, strangling a bald man?
Yeah. Okay, well, let's not get into what I get up to in my spare time. Max Payne 3.
Another good one for Connect support.
Yeah, possibly, yeah.
Jumping on the front room.
Yeah, diving behind the sofas and stuff, Yeah. It's one of those games that there's been a decent space between the last game. Are people bothered about it? I mean, I think, yeah. I mean, I enjoyed the original games and interested to see what this is, but I'm not going to get too excited about it. Who knows? I think isn't this being developed by Rockstar, actually?
Yeah. I
think so. So that'll be kind of interesting if they do unveil GTA 5 and this. It's going to be quite a busy E3 for them. But, yeah, I mean, anyone else got any thoughts on Max Payne 3? I mean...
First one.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. The first two games were alright. So, we'll see how this goes. Obviously, a game that's going to be ridiculously popular, Zelda Skyward Sword,
Yeah.
Yeah. We're agreed on that. That's good.
That's a given.
Yeah. And for some reason, we've got Sonic Generations written down here. I don't know who put that down. But...
I'm excited for Sonic Generations.
Yeah, I don't know why. I really don't know why.
It's because of the classic mode. thing.
Yeah. But...
It looks more like old school Sonic than Sonic 4 did.
Okay. Well,
oh, come on.
yeah, okay.
If you play it, and it plays like the original Sonic games, but looks really nice, would you not enjoy it?
I'll probably... Yeah, it probably would be alright. I probably would enjoy it, but yeah. I just can't get excited about this, I'm sorry.
I think most of us have already given them too many chances to go back to their roots, and they failed us already. So.
Yeah.
This is their last chance with me.
Okay, well, you know...
I'll hold you to that.
Okay, you're a trusting fool, but okay. So, a few games, I mean, we've got a little list here that I'm kind of interested in, like Prototype 2, I'm interested to see what they do with that. I mean, I enjoyed the first game.
Yeah.
You know, could have been a lot better. I was expecting a lot more out of it. Graphics-wise, it was kind of shite, but, you know, Prototype 2, yay, we'll see what happens there. I mean, I'm hoping there's, you know... They really do kind of live up to like the hype they're building for it, and they built for the first one and that kind of stuff. So I don't know, we'll see how it goes. But I got high hopes for that. Obviously, I'm a big Gears of War fan, so Gears of War 3, you know, the Darkness 2.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah,
I love the first.
Yeah, the first game was, I mean, fucking awesome, and I honestly. I want to go back and play that game again, actually. Every time I think about the Darkness 2 coming out, I just want to go play the Darkness 1 because it was so good. But
then you realize you can't because there's no sprint button. So.
Aaron.
Bit of a shame, but hey, whatever. I mean, you know, I'm excited for Darkness 2, and what I've seen of it, which isn't much, I've seen a few little clips and stuff, and some of the things they're doing with it, pretty cool. I mean, quad-wielding, like, stuff, you know, the triggers and shoulder buttons, you know, that's pretty awesome. I'm up for that, so... Darkness 2 looks sweet. Bioshock Infinite. Yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to talk at length about that when more details arrive, but, you know...
It's still quite a ways off, though, isn't it?
It is quite a ways off, but there's another... I think they're saying that at E3 they're going to be putting out another... Because you know they did that whole 10-minute gameplay, in-engine gameplay video? They're going to do like another one of those.
Which was beautiful, and looked amazing. And
so good. Yeah. And then they're going to put out another one of those for E3 this year.
Oh...
That I'm excited about.
At this rate, they're going to put like the whole game out before it's even released.
I'd still buy it and play it.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I'd still buy it and play it. You know, I love it. But anyway, a game that we kind of was announced last year. There's a trailer for it last year. We spoke about it last year, and I was excited for it last year, and I'm still excited for it. It's XCOM, but have we heard anything about it since?
It's been off the radar totally. Like all year, there's been no news or anything, but apparently it is going to be there this year.
I really hope so, because I mean that's a game to me that just from that trailer, I was like, this is some fucked up shit, I gotta play it.
Totally. I mean, I saw that and I thought, you know, this looks really cool. It's not really XCOM as I remember it.
No, yeah, but still, I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, have you seen the trailer for this game? I mean, it's like a year old now. Came out last year.
I haven't seen anything recently, so I really have no expectations at all. So that gives them a clean slate.
Yeah,
go ahead and
well,
impress me, you know?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, but I've been excited about this project, and I kind of, you know, been looking for details and stuff, but there's just nothing out there. But really hope that there's something at E3 this year. Other than that, I mean, are there any games in particular that you guys haven't mentioned yet that you are really looking forward to seeing more of?
Go ahead, Van. Start
I'm looking forward for the new Spider-Man game coming out later this year.
Yeah.
And I'm also looking forward to Batman.
Yeah.
And Gears of War 3. I'm crossing my fingers. I know it's not going to happen, but it'd be cool if they were announcing a good Superman game coming out.
That's not going to happen.
I knew you'd say that, Aaron.
You can't take that character and make anything good out of it. What are you talking about?
Well, it's not.
It's not say that. Fuck you.
For me, it's not so much the character not being good enough to make a game. It's the fact that, okay, so you're immortal. You can't really be hurt by anything. Where's the element of suspense? It's basically rushing to save people on time, and it's a.
They could just make the villain. They could make the villain magic based because magic hurts Superman. So just have that in the game and.
True. There was
you're relying on three different things on your game. You're relying on his two weaknesses, or I guess he has more weaknesses than that. But you have kryptonite and magic. So you're relying on those plot devices to make anything a challenge for you. You're relying on time-based things. and you're relying on escort missions where you have to protect things, which we all know how much people love those.
Ooh, maybe they could make a game where like it's a Superman based game because it takes place in Metropolis, but have it where like Superman gets some red kryptonite and goes crazy, and then you get to play as like other DC characters to try to stop him.
I'll play that.
Or
with Kinect support,
you can play as the Legion of Doom, and you have to work out ways to take down Superman.
That would be cool.
That'll never happen though.
That would never happen, but it'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I guess
It would be pretty cool if they announced a new Star Wars game.
Well, there's that Star Wars Kinect game.
You can't keep a straight face.
That dropped off the map, didn't it?
Yeah,
I know. I heard about that early on, and then nothing never came of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently that will be there this year. Or so they say.
Yeah, well,
We'll see.
You'll be able to do your on-rails lightsaber fighting
awesome.
and pod
I can't
racing
wait.
and
I really can't
Rancor
wait.
stomping.
yeah.
Whether you are a Rancor who stomps
See,
or
that
you
for me
stomp
was
on
actually
Rancors.
probably the selling point. Yeah, but
Yeah.
hey.
Interested in that?
Okay, well, Aaron, anything you want to add?
There's actually a couple games. I'm surprised nobody has mentioned them. Maybe it's just because I'm the only one who cares. I don't know. But I know that Remedy, which Dan and I'm not sure about you, James, but I don't think Dan is a huge fan of the Alan Wake series. But I personally am. I know Remedy has recently acquired the technology from the LA Noire face creations and all that. I'm looking forward to possibly an Alan Wake 2 with that technology implemented. I know they have an Alan Wake project not really announced but speculated already, and they said it's not going to be Alan Wake 2.
Yes, the
But,
possible
the,
downloadable title
arcade
thing.
title.
Yeah, possible download, but I think they could milk out an Alan Wake 2, and if they have that technology, it can be something pretty special. So I'm looking forward.
If they do, they better not take 4 years to make it, you know?
I
Don't get me
agree
wrong, I was so excited for that game to come out. I was, oh my god, I was so excited for that game, and then I played it.
He was impossible to live with.
Yeah, and like the first, we don't even live together. It's like the first half of that game was awesome, you know, and the second half.
That's why.
Yeah,
That's why we never lived together.
Yeah, true.
It was just impossible.
Yeah, okay.
That's what it'll do to you, to split up relationships. But yeah, I'm looking forward to something. If not at E3, I want to see it in the future, the near future, at some point. So,
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, it did pretty well, so I'm sure there will be a sequel.
I definitely do not want to see Remedy drop that because I think a critical mistake. Another thing that we haven't mentioned at all yet is a Final Fantasy series. They're having some new things coming out.
Oh yeah. There's still need to see more on Versus 13, whenever that's going to be coming out, and there was that teaser for 13.2 as well.
And
Yeah.
so I'm just interested to see in the direction they're taking these, and if they're going to be worth possibly picking up in the future or what. Just anything that they'll show us, I'm willing to accept at this point. On top of that, we also have a franchise that's not really dropped off the face of the earth, but has gone kind of quiet here recently. And I may be the only person in this podcast that cares, but Kingdom Hearts. I want to see a new Kingdom Hearts. I want to see it on the PlayStation 3, and I want to see some HD from that series right there.
Can I just say, you are not the only person who cares.
I
care
Oh
greatly.
shit! I would love a new Kingdom Hearts game on the.
Kingdom
I would buy
Hearts
it.
was fantastic. I
it was so
on
great.
PS2. I wasted months on those games, quite literally, just sort of playing through them. I love them, and it's one of those games where everybody's crying out for Kingdom Hearts 3, and they're crying out for it, but the Square just aren't giving it to us. And
so
it's shocking, it's appalling, and I'm disgusted by it. And I will sit here and bitch and moan and not really do anything about it until it turns up.
It'd be cool.
Yeah.
Now that if they did make Kingdom Hearts 3, Disney owns Marvel. Maybe she could have some Marvel characters in the next Kingdom Hearts.
That would just blow my mind. I don't know.
I in front of company, I cannot even say what that idea does to me.
I'll need a lot of time alone in a locked room. For sure.
I'm going to bed.
Anyway, so but anything else other than that then?
Just one other thing, and I'm just going to throw it out there because I think there might be one other person that cares about this. The new Dragon Ball game. I'm a huge fan of Dragon Ball games, and I want to see a new Dragon Ball fighter. And that's just, I'll be happy with anything. Whoever announces something that looks acceptable will probably steal my heart. So there we go.
Awesome. Well, I think, if I'm honest, that pretty much covers everything that we've got here to talk about. Well, that took a lot longer than expected, but hey, you know. Thanks, guys, for coming on the show. Really, really appreciate it, and we'd love to have you guys on again, and perhaps try and get all of you on. That'd be great. Once again, just throw out the website and all that, you know, just for people who are interested in your show.
All right. Well, if anybody wants to check us out and check out all the things that we cover, which is pretty much anything geek, you can check us out at www.undergroundgeeknetwork.com. We also have an iTunes, so you can find us on iTunes, on Underground Geek Network. Just click subscribe if you'd like. Leave comments, reviews, whatever. We appreciate it. We're also on Twitter. It's just UGeek Network. And we have a Facebook as well. We have a fan page, and we pretty much put a lot of information on there. And it's kind of like an open community. Everybody can just kind of talk and type and say whatever they want. And it's just for people to share. So that's pretty much what we are as a community. So come join our community if you'd like. If you like what you hear from us, then it's great. But other than that, just thanks for having us on. We really appreciate it.
No, you're welcome, guys. Anytime. It's all good.
And again, congratulations! 1 year. That's a definite huge accomplishment. So
thanks.
We just had a huge accomplishment.
Did we just have a huge accomplishment?
Yeah, we just had like our first trash talk on our Facebook page.
Oh, I cannot wait to see that.
I posted. I went, comic book geeks, Flashpoint or Fear Itself. What are you reading? And within seconds, we got a response, and all it said was your mom.
That's very witty. Well done. Awesome. So yeah,
it was like.
Okay, see, we've been going for a whole year and nobody has said trash on our Facebook.
I've been looking forward to hate mail.
Yeah,
I think when you get hate mail, that's when you know people are paying attention.
Yeah, exactly. We don't get nothing like that.
Are we too nice? I can't believe that.
No, I don't think so. No, we get kind of. What was that email we got earlier about?
What from Dr. Chang? he has a business opportunity.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, and if we're interested, contact him.
Yeah, awesome. Huh? That's what we get. Okay, well, thanks again, guys, for coming on the show. Really, really appreciate it. And we urge our listeners to check you guys out because the show is fantastic, and you know we're avid listeners of your show, and we're really just proud to be affiliated with you guys and work together. You know.
Thanks a lot. It's been fun. We really love your show too. So everything's in return to you guys tenfold.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. So we can take a quick break now. When we come back, we'll be joined by another guest, and we will be talking about the last year of doing the show and our favourite moments from the podcast in general. Hello and welcome back to the Games4all podcast. Thanks again very much to Aaron and Van for joining us for that segment of the show. We talked a lot of, crap, but, it was great. We had a laugh recording with them guys, and we hope to have them on again at some point, and,
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, it was good fun. And, we covered a lot of stuff. A few details of things we spoke about have actually been unveiled since, but, we'll get into that again. Anyway, you can catch our E3 shows on the 7th, 8th and 9th, so keep checking iTunes quite regularly, or whatever software you use to listen to us with, and also check on the website, Games4all.podcast.com. So, it's been a fantastic year for us, I think you'll agree.
Indeed, yeah.
We're happy, I'm personally happy with the kind of place we're in at the moment, with the website, and just generally how the shows have turned out. We've been doing pretty good so far, and not to blow our trumpet too much, but we
blow your own trumpet.
But we're doing okay, and I'm happy and proud of what we've accomplished. We're gonna have a guest with us now. Awesome. We've got Michelle Barry, who is our Hey, he's our production assistant and kind of the third member of the crew, really, who doesn't get enough praise in my opinion because
The silent minority.
yeah, she helps us out no end with various sort of things. Like, I mean, obviously we've done a lot of video stuff, and you know, she's always at hand to kind of help us with that. You know, and she's been probably one of our biggest and greatest supporters over the last year and helped us out no end with various different things. You know,
Yeah.
and she continues to do that. And
She made a lot of stuff possible this
yeah,
year.
exactly. And I just want to take a minute to thank her and everybody else, really. I mean, even you, even though you don't really do much, James. But, you know, I want to thank you. I want to thank you.
I am the heart and soul of this
yeah,
team.
indeed you are. Really? Okay. No, but everybody who's been on the show, even as a guest or just kind of, you know, just supported us and generally, you know, even the listener, the person who downloads, takes the kind of time out of their day just to listen to us. We really appreciate it. And if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't have a show. We wouldn't be doing this right now. And
You know who you are. Cheers.
okay, fair dues. Okay, so we're going to talk about the last year, you know.
And what a year it's been.
Indeed, but I think really, although we have mentioned it on the show, kind of going back a little bit further than that, we kind of decided to do a gaming podcast way back in 2008.
Yeah.
And we'll just quickly briefly talk about it because obviously it's kind of interesting. We recorded 5 shows, I think, between September 08 and November 08, and just, you know, nothing ever happened with them. We never got them online. That's a whole other story, but, you know, we just really kind of felt like this isn't really working out. And, you know,
You went off and had babies.
For about a year and a half, you know, we just kind of, for a year and a half, we just never really bothered to kind of pick it back up again. And
No.
I'm so glad that last year we decided, you know what, let's do the podcast again. Let's do it properly. Let's work at it really hard. And we have. We put a lot of hard work in over the last year. And
Well, you have.
you know, and it's paid off. You know, I work hard.
Yeah. Oh, you definitely do. And no, I'm really, really glad we got back into it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not only is it fun to do, it's a fun little hobby, but it's, you know, I feel like we're actually, you know, producing something that people like and, you know, listen to and, you know, enjoy. So
I mean, you and me, we've been talking about games with each other for a lot of years now.
Yeah.
And it would take hours. And now this is an excuse to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Really.
Yeah,
So-
pretty much, yeah. So, obviously we want to get Michelle involved here because it's her first time on the show.
Are you
So-
nervous?
Just a bit.
No, it's all good. It's all good. We've done a lot of cool stuff. I think we can all agree really that probably one of the highlights of the last year has to have been the MCM Expo.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Loved it.
It was a lot of fun. I mean, we kind of didn't really know quite what to expect because we'd never been before.
I think we were a bit sort of almost, I'm not sure it's the right term, but starstruck as soon as we got there. For just the amount of madness that was happening.
It was pretty crazy. I mean, obviously, like, it doesn't really compare in any way to sort of some of the other expos and stuff around and like in other countries and that, but, you know, I was pretty gobsmacked by the kind of, you could feel the love in the room as well as smell the BO, but, you know, other than that, you know, it was great.
You could definitely smell the love.
But no, I mean, if we could all pick one highlight from MCM, what would it be?
Noodles.
The noodles were pretty cool, but
No, it's got to be you getting first.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed Brotherhood.
yeah, well, yeah,
Creed
you didn't
Brotherhood.
even mention that. You picked the noodles over that. I don't know what you were
Assassin's
thinking.
Creed Brotherhood, that was the best.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. Well, I could. I mean, it was... Sorry, dude. No, it was awesome. You jumped on Assassin's Creed Brotherhood and just went toe-to-toe with another 7 peeps and...
You know, I think it's probably the only evidence there that I'm actually quite good at games.
Yeah, I mean, so I
Or
guess
just
there. I
that
guess that.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, like we put the whole unedited footage up on Facebook, so you know, for people who might not have seen that, you know, it's worth
It
a
was
look.
so funny. I was waiting in line for a little while to do it. There was one guy there in front of us. He kind of like hung around afterwards as I was playing and said, "Oh yeah, this button does that." And I'm just like, "Yep, I know." And went on to kill everybody, and he just kind of looked at me and then just kind of like walked
He
off.
kind of slowly like stepped away. It was funny. Yeah, I remember that. That was cool. You know, it's the first kind of expo thing we'd been to where we kind of got previews of games and stuff, and it felt pretty cool. I mean, I think
I know what your highlight
Was it
is.
queue jumping?
I have. Yeah, that's one thing I was going to
Queue
say.
jumping,
We
yeah.
kind of got not treated like, you know, we kind of got the
it was
press
class.
treatment. It was so good. I'll go be honest. We showed up with our t-shirts, and you know, thanks for that hooking that up, Michelle. But like, you know, we turned up looking, you know,
Very professional.
yeah, you know, pretty, you know, like we knew what we were doing, and
Like a team.
yeah, and
It's always harder to say no to a team.
indeed, yeah, exactly. But like, yeah, we kind of got a bit of the royal treatment there. Kind of queue jumped to play Dead Space 2. That was
Just
insane.
way.
I
Absolutely
think we
insane.
were like right at the back of the queue, and we were talking to the guard who was at the back of the queue at the other side of the.
The guy from Medal of Honor,
Yeah.
who actually got us. I
Yeah.
mean, there's the EA booth.
I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
it
kind of
was-
like closed off on two sides, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
It's
yeah.
rather
Kind of like
strict,
roped off.
especially with cameras. And
Yeah,
Yeah,
we weren't
and-
allowed to film.
But that's the
it,
thing.
but-
I think what helped us in that regard was that I actually went up to the geezer and said, "Hey, you know, we wanted to do this. Is this okay?" And he said, "Oh, we can't really film." I was like, "Okay, that's fine." You know, but we still want to play the game. You know, we're gonna you know, give press for the game. It's gonna be promotion of some sort. You know, and you know, he was like, "Oh, okay. Well, what website do you write? You know, what website are you from, etc." Oh yeah, you know, just asking us little questions and stuff. And because we were polite and upfront about it, he was just like, "You know what? Fuck it. Go play Dead Space 2." You know,
You can go first.
Yeah.
Forget those fuckers at the back.
you know,
You can go in.
the red,
Literally, the red rope was lifted aside, and you were ushered in.
He was, yeah, and it was just like one of those moments like, what the hell? I mean, it's not a big deal, but
Yeah,
at
but
the
it
moment we
was
felt like we were right.
When you're finished, you walk past people in queue and you're like, "Yeah, right. See you later."
It was fun, and you know, for a minuscule moment, I kind of felt a little guilty, even though I was like, "Nah, fucking get to play Dead Space 2. Why not?"
Yeah, you loved it.
He was awesome, and you know, obviously it's like, you know, the demo actually came out eventually, and we got to play it again, but like, it was cool playing that, and we got to play some Marvel vs. Capcom 3 before that came out. I
Yeah.
mean, that was fucking sweet. I'll be
Yeah.
honest. You know,
Proof that I'm not good at video games.
GoldenEye.
GoldenEye, that was a
GoldenEye,
hell of a lot
yeah.
of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. We what was it? The guy said we wanted to interview him. He said, "No, I'm an actor.
Yeah,
I
you
can't."
got a lot of that acting. I'm an actor, yeah, all right, mate. I haven't seen you in anything, so I don't think it matters. But my agent would kill me, blah, 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 you know, right, fine. But, you know, I whipped his ass at GoldenEye, so
Yeah.
I was
I
happy
got
with
my
that.
ass kicked.
I think I thumped him in the back of the head in the game, not in real life.
Awesome. Yeah. So, no, we had a lot of fun playing that, and, yeah, I mean,
It was just the general day out.
yeah, I
Yes.
think like we kind of said to ourselves, what was a bit of a shame about it was that we didn't really spend that much time there.
But yeah,
We kind of rushed everything, and you know, there was a reasonable amount of stuff to see. There's a lot of more things we could have seen. There's a lot of DS stuff there. You know, there's a lot more Wii stuff there. Donkey Kong Country Returns was there. We didn't see
yeah.
that. You know, Epic Mickey I think was there. We didn't see that. You know, we kind of just did our thing, picked the 4 games we liked the most, played them, and kind of fucked off. But you know, but had some fun doing it at the same time. And
Yeah.
so we really want to return again this year, and
with a bit more
with a
time.
bit more time, and kind of, you know,
Yeah.
do a bit of a better job of it. And we're actually going to, instead of just doing like the main video and just having an audio podcast, which is the same as the video but just the audio, we're going to kind of do a proper show from there, and hopefully talk to some more people as well and interact with, you know.
Yeah.
But we did a little bit of promotion while we were there as well. That was kind of funny.
Oh yeah. That's my other highlight. Was the
You're a bit sneaky. You're like the
free hugs.
promotion ninja,
yeah.
almost.
And I was basically sitting around. We had these little cards
Yeah.
that we made up and handing them to people, and you know, it's all well and good, but there's a certain amount of effort in getting someone's attention and handing them a card.
I don't have a problem with that, but obviously you did.
No, I said, you know what? Let's get around the middleman, so to speak, and just put the cards in their possession. So I was stuffing them in hats. I was sticking them in hoods, and
Yeah, we had
putting them in. Some guy had his bag open, so I put a couple in there.
Someone's heard. And,
yeah, all
Yeah.
sorts of random places.
The one bit you
This-
missed because you were filming in completely the opposite direction. There's one guy cosplaying as Ezio from
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed, and I just walked up to him, grabbed him by the shoulder, and went as if to kind of did it, and I
So,
just stuck a card in his hand.
That's awesome. I really,
Yeah.
if we had that on video, that probably would have gone on Facebook. That's awesome.
Well, there's probably going to be loads more cosplayers
Yeah,
this
I
year,
think-
so I'll get another guy.
Yeah, I think this year you're going to try and sneak one into somebody's shoe without them knowing.
Yeah,
That's the mission for this year.
That
That's
is
awesome.
the thing.
And we'll try and get video evidence of that. But yeah, we're really looking forward to getting back to MCM. It was just it was just such a cool day out, and you know, just a lot of fun for us as gamers, and just we felt like we were there, you know, not just there because we wanted to be and enjoy it, but we were there for a reason. And you know, I think it was fun. Just kind of people took us seriously, which was cool. We had, you know, a little bit of interviewage from the guy who obviously wasn't bloody fucking, what's his name, Kevin Flynn.
Kevin Flynn.
Yeah, his name is like Simon Smith or some shit. Okay.
Okay.
Because I read his name tag, but you know, whatever. He's not allowed to use his real name for whatever reason, but yeah. So if you watch that video and you think, yeah, that name sounds familiar, he was using somebody else's name.
his agent.
Yeah.
We
That isn't the guy from Tron. What?
Yeah.
Anyway. But no, I mean, like, you know, little things like that. You know, it was such a cool day, though.
We also did a bit of photo bombing, or you did a bit of photo bombing.
Yeah, I did a lot of that.
Yeah.
Anytime somebody was taking a photo of somebody else, I was just like there.
Pointing out the logo on the shirt.
It's like in the background, you know. Just, you know. And I'm going to do the same this year. So,
Excellent.
Yeah.
I look
But
forward
we
to
missed
that.
out. I mean, there was one this weekend just gone, and there was some pretty cool stuff there.
Because normally they have like 2 a year. One is kind of like more.
Well, the two in London. There's one in
Yeah.
May and one in October, and then there's several in like Birmingham, Manchester, and other places. But yeah,
But normally it's like the October one is where all the main games and everything are. But
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
this one just gone. They had
Gears of War 3 there.
which we could have played.
We could have played that. Child of Eden and the you know, all sorts of stuff. But hey, you know. But MCM was fantastic. We had a lot of fun. We've also got other things to talk about other than that. I mean, you know, another highlight maybe for me personally was for a while we were wanting to use Ustream because
Yeah.
obviously it's a great way of getting, you know, people's attention randomly. Just kind of people go on there to look at whatever, you know, and they'll look at the gaming section, and if, you know, something's there that's not, you know, they've not seen before, they may check it out, and, you know, things like that. You know, obviously, you know, before we did the Game Night Live stuff, which is kind of we've only done 2 of those, and we plan to do more. But like we did a little project Tabasco,
Yeah. Which was
kind of your fault, but I think we made it into
You
something
put your
pretty
foot
cool.
in it, didn't you?
basically, I have this habit of opening my mouth and saying stuff before thinking it through to the
Yeah,
full extent.
you're
In fact,
very good at that.
I refuse to think it through until the very last
Until I
minute.
make you regret not thinking it through, basically.
In fact, I
Yeah.
said it. I said, yeah, I was fine with it, and then it wasn't until the Tabasco was sat there right in front of me that I had a real chance to think about it.
Yeah. Well, basically, for anyone that doesn't really know about it, I mean, you kind of said that if we had X amount of people, I think it was 10 emails in the space of a week.
I think I greatly underestimated people's
Yeah.
dislike of me.
Well, yeah, well, all the fact that people just really wanted
Yeah.
to see somebody drink Tabasco. I don't think it necessarily was you, but it was just kind of, you know.
But the video is amazing. It was shot by you, Michelle.
Yeah.
Wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Well done.
With the shaky moment at the end. With
Yeah,
the
well, you know,
Epic camera,
it's hard
epic
not-
times and everything.
It's hard not. Yeah, no. It's almost like you knew it was going to happen. No, I mean, what was funny about that was literally moments before we filmed it, I turned to you and said, maybe we should get a bucket.
Yeah,
Because
that was
there's
a
the
good idea.
possibility
Yeah,
you're
that
going
was
to
a
throw
good
up.
call.
And, dude, if you hadn't had it, I don't know what would have happened, you know?
I would have been
We
cleaning
Yeah,
the
I mean-
would
carpet.
still be cleaning this carpet right now.
There would be a big orange stain there. It would be horrible.
Oh, dude. Well, you know, if anyone really wants to check that out, and I don't know why they would, but it was pretty funny. Games4all.podcast.com, on the extras page, we've got a few extra videos of just general stuff that doesn't really fit into the show. And it's just a little thing we did on the side because you said it, and I thought, you know what, fuck it, we'll make it an event. The event was on
And
Facebook.
you did.
I put out the next day, in fact.
You
No,
made posters.
I made posters the night that you said it. I put it out over Twitter as well.
Yeah.
I put out several tweets. I put out a whole thing on Facebook. Did a couple of videos for Facebook announcing it and getting people to kind of want to email in, and that's kind of what happened. That's why you did it, really.
Yeah.
But it's all over Ustream, and it's on the website, so please check it out.
And it's all in the bucket.
Indeed. Yeah. It was awesome. But yeah, no, like literally when it comes to things like that, Michelle's been there to help us record stuff, and you know, it's great because otherwise we wouldn't be able to do it. And something else, the Connect special we did was kind of cool. I
Yeah.
enjoyed that. That's like
Making absolute
we
fools of ourselves.
yeah, but it was fun. I mean, it's the first time I think we've had a new piece of technology on the show and just gone like, yes, just play with it and have fun and make a video out of it, and just that's what we did.
Most people get in trouble for that.
I guess. But like, no, we it was a good time, and we had a pretty fun evening just prattling around and playing some games and
I discovered
looking stupid.
even though I can't dance,
Lady Gaga.
Yeah,
I'm amazingly good at Dance Central.
yeah.
Well, not amazingly.
No,
good,
you're not amazingly good
but,
at it, but you-
better than the rest of you.
Yeah, we weren't really trying.
See, I could probably kick your ass at it, but I'm kind of shy.
We should do that.
so-
That's the next video.
Ustream, right? No, but like,
secret filming.
but
Just get it.
but seriously, like I said to you just before we started recording, like, you were bragging about that a little bit, and I kind of knocked you down a peg or two, saying, you know what, when you're playing Down Central, there are no winners.
No.
Only losers.
Yeah.
You know, everyone looks stupid.
You know what? I'm happy being the best loser.
Fair dues. Yeah. But no,
Okay.
we had a good time with that, and that's like, you know.
And we can't do a highlight thing without talking about the end of October.
Yeah, also that. I mean,
How much did you enjoy that, Michelle?
the Halloween special was pretty immense. I mean, it's
Sega.
one of our that's the best, one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. And you know, it other than the Tabasco, that's the second funniest thing. No, but like it. To be honest,
I noticed all our best videos sort of seem to be at my expense.
Yes, pretty much. No, but here's the thing: like we like doing specials. Obviously, we're doing a special right now, but you know, we like doing things that are, you know, just a break from the kind of tradition, the norm of the show and stuff. And you know, we put out videos pretty strong last year. We've kind of calmed down on that side of things, unfortunately, because you know they're very time consuming. But you know, we were putting out a lot of videos at that time, and Halloween, why not? You know, scary games are just it's a perfect match. You can't not do a show about that. So
we'll be doing it again.
And we're
going
to be doing it again this year. And I've got it all planned out already, and you know, so it's going to be interesting.
I think Michelle should take part as well.
She'll be watching. We might get you to film some stuff. You know, it's all good.
Okay. For those who don't know, Michelle is actually my partner and takes great pleasure in seeing me in uncomfortable situations.
Mm-hmm. Or inflicting pain.
As does pretty much everyone that knows you.
Yeah.
Who's ever met you, looked at you, glanced at you in the street? No.
For every sort of slightly wrong thing I've said on the show.
Let's just say, if I'm in the other room and I hear a comment about me, you are going to get a beating.
Yeah,
well,
that's pretty much it.
It doesn't even need to be about you. It
the
just
amount
needs to be
of
about anything.
The
in
amount
general,
of the amount of beatings I've cut out of the shows is just unbelievable. No, but seriously,
in fact, if I've ever said something to offend anyone, there has been payback.
Well, that's the thing. You never, you know, sometimes you do say stuff, but it's not that you're malicious about it. It's just, you know, stuff comes out.
It's
you don't think
aforementioned not thinking before speaking.
Yeah,
thing.
of course.
Yeah.
But no, the Halloween special was a lot of fun. We, you know, it probably couldn't. I mean, it perhaps could have gone better, but I don't know. I think overall I was really happy with it, and
there are a couple of good faces on there.
So, and I mean, you know, once again, go on the website and check that out if you haven't watched it already. It was a lot of fun, and we're going to be doing it again this year. You know, so come October, it's going to be some interesting.
Great
surprises.
Yeah, you know, got a few things planned. Yeah, it's good. So, you know. That's something to look forward to. You know, we may be talking about a few things actually. Obviously, MCM we're going back there. Halloween special is going to be good. You know, that's October sorted for videos. But I mean, I'm trying to think of some other stuff we've done.
Well,
you know.
some of my favourite moments have sort of been behind the scenes as well, because I don't think it's a secret. We have a lot of fun doing this show.
Yeah, we do.
We like trying different things now and again.
Yeah.
There was one episode where somebody decided it was a good idea if I hosted it.
Yeah, I think it was like episode 16 or something, or 17. It was very early on.
Yeah.
And we thought, you kind of wanted to stab at hosting, so okay, let's do that. And you can take the reins for a sec there. And
we won't be doing that again, will
that
we?
never happened ever.
That was like the longest. Normally, you know, we can get recording done in an hour and a half, whatever, yeah. This took like 3 hours.
I fuck knows why it took so long. But
it was because you were doing me and you were like
taking a piss at you. Yeah. No, it was kind of weird with the roles reversed, and you know, it really didn't. It wasn't very productive.
No,
we had a lot of fun though. So
yeah, it was good fun, but no.
Yeah, I mean, after that we did the Halo Reach special, which was, I don't know why the fuck we thought that was a good idea.
Yeah,
I mean, it was just us playing. Like, it wasn't even. There's no video.
No,
it was just us playing Halo Reach and talking about it, and I think that's kind of where Game Night Live came from, because obviously it works better with video, where you can see us and see the gameplay and stuff, and
that sort of shows a progression of how the show has improved.
So we kind of did. That's kind of the first Game Night Live, but not really, you know, because you know, it's just the sound of it. But so you know, I mean, we've got loads of stuff coming up. I'm sure we've got lots planned for our second year. You know, you'd think I'd know about it because I plan most of it, but you know, I don't. No, obviously Halloween special, MCM. We've got
we've got all our E3 stuff.
Yeah, the E3 stuff's coming up real soon. You know, it's just going to be busy. So it's going to be an awesome second year.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to
Hopefully doing some more Game Night Live stuff eventually. We've got a few ideas of things we want to do for that.
And of course, now recently we've partnered up with the Underground Geek Network.
Indeed, yeah. Obviously, you heard Aaron and Van earlier on the show, and that was kind of just. I mean, I don't know, like I heard this show because obviously, as a podcaster, I check out other people's shows as well, and not to. I mean, like I said, I don't really want us to be up our own asses about anything and blow our own trumpets here, but I've listened to a lot of shows, and I've listened to a lot of good shows, and I've listened to a lot of really awful shows, and I think kind of the injustice is sometimes that some of the bad shows actually get a lot of listeners, and a lot of reviews on iTunes written about them, and I sometimes listen to them and think, yeah, our show is better than that, or that sounds horrible, or I've listened to it and said, yeah, we can do better than this sort of thing, and there is some tripe out there. I'm going to be honest. There is some shite out there, but we're not saying we're amazing or anything like that. But I stumbled across UGN and I listened to it and I was like, dude, these guys are fucking amazing. I was hoping that we were at a stage where we were having 2 breaks per show and just kind of filling it with music. And I thought, well, maybe we could just do something a bit different. And why should we put music in there? Why can't we just put an advert or something in there? And we are a non-profit podcast, and we intend to kind of stay that way for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't really want to be one of those shows that's like, oh, brought to you by fucking this game, and we've got to say everything great about this game,
even if we don't like it.
And that's what a lot of websites and shows suffer from.
We're nothing if not honest.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. We started the show because we have opinions. We want to share those opinions and view our opinion. We want a podium where we can say whatever we want, which is why the show goes out uncut. Well, not uncut, but goes out as explicit. We can say fucking shit and bollocks and fucking stuff. And the C word, which I'm not going to say.
I think I was actually the first one to drop that, wasn't I? The C-bomb.
You did drop the C-bomb, yeah. But, we can say, literally, we can say what we want. And that, I think, is quite a powerful thing, And that's what we wanted. And, it's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. No, but, it's, the UGN guys, we really like their show and really respect. And I just said, let's promote someone else's show during ours, and they can return the favour. And it's kind of, we're kind of expanding that way. And I thought, let's just approach them about it and see what they say. And they said absolutely yes straight up front.
Yeah, and if you listen to their shows, you can hear our promos on pretty much all of them now.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
We do one every week.
Yeah.
And I have to say, we got to a sort of a stage where we'd gotten really, really good at making the podcast. I'm not saying...
Yeah, no, we were able to kind of record a show and do very little editing afterwards.
Yeah.
Literally just kind of throw the intro in and the music and stuff and just chop it about and not really have to work too hard at it.
Yeah.
I remember the first ever episode we recorded, it was only 40 minutes long and it took me about 3 hours to edit. So, we've come a long way since then. And
absolutely. But going to the promos, it was kind of harking back to the...
It was like...
And it is every week.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of madness, and just where we get to,
It's fun, though. I enjoy recording those promos, and, I think it shows in them that, we've having a bit of a laugh and stuff, so...
Yeah.
But that's great. I mean, that's the thing. We are serious about this, our show. We love it. We want to carry on doing it. We want to do great things, but we also have fun doing it, and it's... we want that to shine through as well, which is, great, so... I mean... Yeah, I mean, us and the UGN guys, I think it's just... We have so much respect for each other that, I mean, it's perfect. It is perfect. And, we really love those guys and what they do. And
I'll tell you, I'm hoping that there's more collaborations over the next year.
Absolutely. I mean...
Much more.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we'll be there to help them celebrate their...
Yeah, that's what we want. That's what we want to do. And yeah, no, definitely. So I'm actually still in talks with them about, the possibility of getting all of them on for a whole show... once all the E3 stuff's died down and that kind of stuff, and kind of pitch that to them. But I've spoken to Aaron about it, and they really want to come on the show, so it's cool, and they had fun. So we love having them on. So yeah, it's great. Awesome, absolutely awesome. I can't say enough about how awesome it is.
No, yeah.
Kind of lost for words now.
Yeah.
No, but
I'm just overwhelmed by the awesomeness.
Indeed. Well, no, yeah, definitely. So this year. It has been awesome.
Yep.
It's been amazing. It's been epic.
What other big words can we use?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's been astounding. It's been ontological. It's been
Okay. Just
Better stop there.
yeah, okay.
But
Yeah.
but it's
philosophically sound.
seriously,
James.
there's no need for that.
Oh my god.
Either way, if you're a fan of the show, we've got more stuff lined up, and
I am running out of quirky little things to say.
Yeah, no.
There will probably be less of them.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we have fun doing it, and we're not going to stop anytime soon. And we're just glad we're at a place now that we're happy with how everything's going, how everything's working out. We're happy with the website. We're happy with the artwork for sure.
Oh yeah.
Thanks to Joe again for that, because Jesus, amazing. And we're one of those sort of shows that we don't make drastic changes. We kind of make small, little, tiny changes in small increments and kind of tweak things and kind of,
sort of constantly evolving.
yeah,
slowly.
we try not to change too much at once. And we like to have an identity that you can kind of is very obvious and kind of that's Games4all podcast. So yeah, we kind of stick to that. But we if there's anything we can improve on, we try and just do it slowly and kind of
Right, for
work it out.
nearly a whole year we were red and now we're yellow.
Indeed, I'm happy with that. But
Yeah.
some people
I
aren't.
like the yellow.
I'm liking the yellow.
Yeah, no, I think it's cool. I think it's great. So
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. So I
We'll
mean,
stand out more at MCM if we have our yellow.
yeah, we're hoping to do that.
Yeah.
We're hoping to do that.
Well, like, where's Wally?
I'm here. I'm the Wally.
Okay then. But we want to thank everybody who's been involved with the show. Anyone who's guested on the show in the last year. Anyone who's just kind of randomly stumbled upon us and gone, you know what, I'm going to listen to that and see if it's any good, and liked us. And
We looked at some stats for the site and
Yeah.
sort of seen where all our listeners are. So
some random places.
we like to thank the one guy in India.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah.
I think he's a regular listener, so it's
Yeah.
good.
The large population in China who love us.
Yeah, I don't know why. I really don't know why they like us, but hey, thanks.
They
guys.
have
I
no
mean,
reason to, really.
No.
Well,
maybe they like me,
Yeah.
and then maybe how they like hating you. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe they kind of using me as
Maybe
some
they're just
kind
waiting for something to happen.
Who knows?
Maybe just
Yeah, maybe they'll kick off.
of, oh God, World War III is going to be my fault.
Yep, probably. But
Mind you, I knew that when I started this show. So,
no.
our listeners in Mexico.
Yeah, all over the place. It's unbelievable. Sudan. Who knew?
I know.
But yeah, so I think it's just one of those things. I mean, gaming's so popular. Probably more popular than it's ever been, and we're right there in the middle of it, I guess. And there's other shows. There's hundreds of other shows that you can download on a weekly basis and get the same information. But that doesn't stop us from putting out our show and wanting to do things our way and have our views and opinions out there. And but at the same time, it is not just our show. It's whoever listens to it is their show as well, and they've got a voice too.
We
And
are, after all, Games for all.
And at the end of the day, we have an email address, and people should, if they want their voice heard on our show, then that's fine. podcast@games4all.com. Why not send us an email? And we've had a few people tweet us and things like that, but
No, it's our
we'll-
birthday. Email us.
at the end of the day,
Or tweet us, or anything. Just contact us.
it's very easy to click subscribe and listen to it every week, but
It's harder to
get off
contribute.
Get off your ass and get involved, and a lot
Yeah.
of people don't do that. And for every however many, like say, for every 1,000 listeners, you may get one person who will actually message you about something. And I don't know what that was, but the birthday bumps maybe.
Yay.
But seriously, I want to thank everybody from the bottom of our hearts. Just thanks so much for making us last this long. Really,
Yeah.
it's been totally worth it, and it is. Like I say, we're non-profit. We don't make money from this. It costs us money if anything. I mean, it's cost us a lot of money so far in equipment and stuff. But I'm not complaining because every week we come in.
So you just did.
Yeah, every week we come there, we sit down, we record a show, and it's a lot of fun putting them out. And
It's a labour of love. And
yeah, absolutely.
Love every minute of it.
So seriously,
apart from the Halloween special, I didn't like that so much.
Whatever, but
And the aftermath of Project Tabasco, that wasn't very fun.
Yeah, well,
either.
that was you putting your foot in it.
Awesome. So you know,
and then throwing it out.
So what's the one thing? And we're going to kind of end in a bit, and you know, we've thanked everybody. We've kissed enough ass already. But like, if there's one thing that you want to do in this next year, if you can pick one thing that you think we should do, or that you want to happen in the
Don't
next
ask
year,
me this question, dude.
what do you think it would be?
Try the chicken noodles at MCM.
I would have to say that I am looking forward to MCM.
Yeah, same here.
Really
I'm
good,
really
yeah.
looking forward to it. I think I'm looking forward to doing that. I'm looking forward to doing a full show from there. Just getting out there and getting stuck in and kind of really promoting, like on a one-to-one, kind of like going out to people and say, hey, we do this show. You know, it's a lot of fun. If you're a gamer, maybe check it out. If you don't like it, that's fine. You know, that's kind of we're quite casual about our opinion about it. We're not going to ram it down people's throats. We might slip it in their socks and hats and stuff, but you know, we're not going to.
Maybe I should try ramming it down someone's throat.
That's
what I'm looking forward to.
Fine. But you know, it's kind of cool when you when we handed people this card and they're like, oh, you know, they actually seem kind of interested in it. So I think we've got a few more listeners by doing things that way. And you know, I'm just kind of looking forward to the next year in general and kind of improving on things and kind of just seeing where things go. Because like, if you listen to our first episodes and you
I was
listen
playing
to
Red Dead Redemption.
yeah, but like if you listen to us now, there's a big change in like how we do things, and
I don't play games no more.
not a big change. But,
you know, I mean, from my point of view, that you have from when you first started, there has been, you know, a big change. That, you know, like a progression. It's just got.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly what we wanted, and you know, it's worked out really nicely. And I think, you know, hopefully this time next year we'll be still here doing this and talking about how awesome this last year's been. You know, and hopefully we'll have even more listeners and, you know, make a bit of a name for ourselves. Like I said, we just do it for the fun mainly, but at the end of the day, we would like.
We want the fame.
Yeah, fuck it.
We want the fame. We want the fame. We want the fortune, and the power and the glory.
So this year we're hoping to sell out, big time. Okay, well, thank you very much for listening and downloading the show. It's been pretty immense, been pretty epic, pretty long. Hope you haven't been bored. Hope you've perhaps maybe
I've been all right.
Yeah, taking the time to have tea.
And I get bored very easily.
I know,
so
true.
if I'm fine, you should be.
Yeah.
Stop complaining.
But I'm sure there's lots of things we would probably think, you know, we could have mentioned but haven't. But you know, it's been amazing. It's been a great year. Here's to the next. So I want to thank everybody.
Cheers.
Yeah, thank you very much for listening and being a part of the show, being a listener. And, you know, we're hoping to get more people involved and have their say and stuff, so that'd be great. But for details of, like, I mean, obviously, Games4all.podcast.com, podcast@Games4all.podcast.com if you want to get in touch with us, Facebook.com/Games4all podcast, and Twitter.com/Games4all for any of our stuff. We're going to be tweeting stuff over E3, we're going to be putting stuff on Facebook over E3, trailers and stuff. And we've got 3 massive shows lined up for next week, so it's going to be a busy week, but you haven't had The Last of Us.
No.
Safe to say.
If you have enjoyed this episode, I will be writing up a new sort of edition of James's Gibberish, where I'll just be going in more detail about how the podcast got started.
Yeah.
We told the story many times,
Yeah,
but I'm actually going to
yeah.
commit it to writing now.
It's a pretty cool,
Got all
yeah,
to
it's a
see.
pretty cool story. I mean, it's not a cool story, it's an alright story.
I can embellish it.
But you
and
can, yeah, you go just have a little bit of...
put dragons and space marines and
Yeah, fuck it, why
secret
not?
plot against the Illuminati or whatever.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, sounds great to me. I'd read that.
A tale of action and romance and games.
I'm not sure about the romance part, but hey, you know.
That might not.
Bromance.
Bromance, yeah, okay. Okay, so once again, thanks for listening, thanks for downloading, and this has been Games for All podcast for the last year, rocking it, and just, you know, fucking having a good time and just, you know, playing some sweet games, talking about some stuff. We're just hoping to do the same for like another year at least. That'd be great. Since we paid for everything for another year, you know. But no, we will do this as long as people keep listening, and that's all we can kind of really hope for, I guess.
To be continued.
Indeed. So we will see you next week with
3 shows.
Tons of E3 stuff. That's on the 7th, the 8th, and the 9th, so expect shows then. Refresh your iTunes and check on our website, and, you know, however it is you listen to us, be prepared, because we'll be
Excited.
Yeah, definitely. So, okay then. Right, thank you very much for listening, and goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
For more episodes of the Games4all podcast, check out our website, www.games4all.podcast.com.
You can also follow us at twitter.com/Games4all, or check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/Games4all podcast.
The Games4all podcast is brought to you in association with HostGator. For all your web host needs, check out hostgator.com.